Good morning, everyone. If you can't tell by the hat in the hood, it's freaking cold out here and it's not getting any warmer. So what I want to do in today's episode is go through and show you how I prep Miles for the winter time and getting ready for the cold weather. Come with me. First stop is pulling in to get some diesel fuel for my diesel heater. All right, well, I really don't know what just happened there. I don't know if I overfilled it on diesel just because I'm an idiot and was trying to tape and get diesel at the same time. Just overfilled it a little bit with the amount of extra that comes off the diesel fuel, like the excess film or foam that comes off the top just ended up coming out of the tank. I don't really know. Or I have a hole in the tank somewhere and it's leaking, or I ended up leaking out of the pump when I was pulling the pump out. I mean, I'm always really cautious and this has never happened before, but I ended up having a bunch of diesel leak onto the ground and onto my urinal jug. So now I'm sitting here trying to clean that off, and diesel freaking stinks and it stays on your hands, and we'll see. I'll come to the conclusion of what's going on soon. I just cleaned everything up and kind of wiped it all down, looked around for a leak, made sure I didn't have any more diesel dripping or anything. So now we're just into the cleaning and troubleshooting process. Right now, we are currently on our way to the storage units just to go through some things, swap some clothing out, and go over this list of what I'm doing to the van today and just walk you through it. Being that this is my second winter, I feel like I kind of have a grip on things this year and kind of know what I need to do. So I'm anxious to show you what I do to prep the van. We are at the storage unit and now I'm just trying to clean up so I'm not going to smell diesel for the rest of my days in here. So I took some paper towels and cleaned it up. Now I'm getting out the Lysol wipes and I'm just going to clean it up better. It needed this anyways. I looked all under here. I felt all around. I didn't see anything under here. Somehow I think I just screwed something up, or it got in the nozzle and I didn't notice it, so when I was bringing it back out, it poured out of the little hole in the end of the nozzle on the diesel pump. I don't know. Stuff happens. Okay, first things first, I gotta clean a few things up. I'm going to sweep this out, get the diesel heater on, so I can let the diesel heater run through its testing phase, get some of that diesel fuel out of there so I know that it's not spilling. And I just want to test everything and get it all ready. Again, I got to prep this thing and get it ready for the winter time, because once it gets cold, it usually doesn't stop. We do have winter in the forecast. We do have a good snowstorm coming up here within the next week or so, on the forecast at least. So it's smart to prepare now instead of dealing with it afterwards and rushing to get it all done. But again, first and foremost, I want to get all this stuff out of here. I want to sweep. I want to wipe it all down so I don't have any of that diesel in here, and then run everything and check it out. Clean it out, sweep it out, wipe it down. And we're done. All right, next on the list, I want to turn on the diesel heater and get that all going. I just went through and I fixed up the vent under here. I had to put the vent on the vent tube. this little piece came off from my ducting, so I had to go back and reattach this piece. Then I had to screw it back on with a little clamp that holds it in. Next, we're just turning it on. It is currently about 34 degrees out right now. We're getting down into the 20s at night, so it's definitely getting to that time. As we speak in the van, it is 48.7 degrees Fahrenheit and 9 degrees Celsius. Click, 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 click. Now, with the diesel heater, I always turn this on full. I have settings 1 through 5 on here, and I've always been told to keep it on full bore, full blast the whole time. So I only use settings 4 and 5 on this. Most of the time it's just turning on 5 and letting it roll. It's either hot or it's cold. So there's never that in between. All right. There we go. Now the diesel heater's kicking. That'll dry everything up here in no time. Perfect. All right, on to the next thing that I do for prepping my van. I'm not gonna sugarcoat this. I was thinking about making the bed, but this is it. I've got way too many things and layers up here to make this every day and for it to be easy, and I really just don't care. I'll throw it around like this a little bit and try to make it, fluff it out and make it look a little better, but it doesn't matter. So, I usually have some nice silky, I never had nice linens until I moved into the van, and I figured if I was going to spoil myself on a couple of things, let the linens be one of them. So I definitely went through and I got some nice stuff. For summer, I have some nice high thread count silk sheets, and for the winter time, I do fleece sheets. And then I have a down comforter. This is huge. The fleece sheets are a big thing for me. They keep me warm all night, but the down comforter holds it all in and just keeps that warmth right in there. I'm not sponsored by any of this stuff. I purchased it all with my own money. I am an affiliate on Amazon, and I will share links below. This right here, these are a fleece quilt. They're actually repurposed shirts. This is by a company called Project Repat. I got a couple of quilts off them and I love them. And what they are is a fleece backing with all my old t-shirts from my different races and events and businesses. And so that's what I put on top of this, just so that way I have like the fleece, I have the down comforter, then I have the fleece sheets and fitted sheet underneath. As far as pillows go, this right here actually fully unzips, and this is a little heated blanket. Right there's a plug for it, but this also is a pillow for me, so it's also, actually it works better as a heated pillow. The heated blanket portion isn't that great. You know, for the price of it, it was still worth it for me. And it is a great USB heat source, I guess, when I just want to be comfortable. Nothing to rely on, though. Then these right here are just my throw pillows. I always have a couple of them in here. And what they are actually full of layers. Right here is a thermal. Then I have a blanket in here. So just extra layers. I think there's an extra sweatshirt in here too down below. This is something I'll probably be putting another one in. Okay, let's see. How do you close this? Okay. I'll figure out how to close that later. And on to the next one. Can't remember what kind of pillow this is, so we're going to flip this right out and look. But I know I loved it. This is a Brook Lux gel pillow. A Brook Lux gel pillow. These are also freaking awesome. I had a MyPillow for a little while, and I didn't feel it was exactly what I thought it was going to be. I got a couple of brand new ones of these given to me from somebody. Again, not a sponsored video or anything. It was just somebody getting out of camping. They had brand new ones that were still in the plastic, and I love them. I absolutely love them. Brooklux was a brand. So that is the bedding. On to the next. It was all the pressure of the camera. All I had to do was just flip this over and pull. Oh, and I do have a wool blanket over here going alongside my bed as well at all times. Next on my list is layers in clothing. I want to make sure that I have plenty of sweatshirts. I want to take out all of my tank tops and my shorts. Obviously, maybe keep a pair or two in here. I need more pants and long sleeve shirts, thermals, warmer socks, sweaters. Okay, hey, it's getting warm in here. It's already 53 degrees. Feeling I can take off this layer. Okay, next. I don't know if I've ever shown this on a channel, but just to show you kind of how I have this set up with my clothes. I have a couple containers for boxers. I usually try to roll the boxers up the best I can. That way they take up as little room as possible. All my socks and my pants. This is just overfill. The boxers and socks as well. I just never want to be out. So I try to live out of these two containers. And anytime I start running out, I do laundry. And this is just kind of my extra when I don't have time to get there, which happens more than I'd like to admit. Then I'll start digging through that stuff. Up here is all my, ooh man, I'm falling behind on that, t-shirts and long underwear, long sleeve shirts. And again, I don't pick this stuff up and clean before I do these videos, so this is what it looks like all the time. When I have my heater on, I need to tuck this up in, but I usually keep it down so it just looks better, but that's only looks. Tuck it up in like this, my heater's coming out, it's blowing out right into the outside right now. All right, so we've got my clothing taken care of and swapped around. I don't have any more shorts. I've got warmer socks, warmer layers in here. I need a couple long sleeve shirts. Beyond that, I'm good. I have plenty of hoodies, plenty of jackets up here. I have my bedding all swapped up. So the next thing on the list is going to be making sure that I have hats, making sure that I have my gloves. And what I do with that is right here. This is my mesh container that has my hat, my gloves, some extra warmth, like my down booties. These are extremely great when it's really cold out and I just can't get my feet warm. Throw them in here for a few minutes and they'll warm right up. Sleep with them. Little neck gaiter or neck warmer. Then it's in this little mesh container that I absolutely love. It's got a lip on the bottom so things don't fall out. You hang it right up, tuck it right in. And it does come with 4 of these compartments. So if I had a spot to put it where it could hang down, I could put a lot more into it. But right now, this works perfect. And this actually came with a set of 2. So this right here was another thing that I only use it during the winter time. For the price of it, I didn't want to justify this expense, but I'll tell you what, within so many different mornings of trying to get out of places and trying to get somewhere quick, just sitting there and waiting for the defrost to happen just doesn't work for me. I've got a lot of patience, and I learned a lot of patience throughout the years, but it truly takes about a half hour for that thing to get all defrosted in the morning. When you've had a really cold morning, you had the heat on the night before, and you just get all that condensation on the inside building up. So this right here is a squeegee vacuum, and it works freaking wonders. It collects all the condensation right down in here, you dump it out, and it literally takes a half hour and cuts it down to about 2 to 3 minutes. So even though it was like 60 or 70 bucks when I bought it, still, and it sat in my shopping cart for 6 months, and I bought it right in the spring when winter was just about over with. But already this year I'm using it left and right, and I'm swearing by it. So I swear by this thing. If you're in the cold weather, you're dealing with condensation all the time on your windshield, and you need to get it off quicker than what my 2040 Econoline defroster could do, this works for me. All right, well, we're on the condensation kick after my sip of coffee. I want to talk about the condensation bags. I want to talk about the dampered bags. I only put these things up when it's cold out as well. Last year I didn't get one of these, or I didn't get the box of these until well after Christmas. So this year I'm starting early. Again, I'm figuring out what worked last year, so I'm doing it again and dialing in this year. So this is my second winter going into it this year. The dampered bags, these things come in like a pack of 6, I believe, and they last months. So you put them in here, it keeps your moisture and your humidity down. And I do have a humidity control right down here, or humidity percentage, just to show my comfort levels. The way these dampered bag works, you just hang them up. When this water goes above the line, you throw it away or dispose of it. It's as simple as that. This one right here has been in here for a couple weeks now, and it's already about halfway full. But I can tell you that when I bought mine last year, I put it up in probably maybe December or January, and it lasts me 2 or 3 months. So this is only the second one of the box of 6 that I've actually had to use. I do swear by them. It does tend to keep my humidity percentage into the 50 to 60 range, or 40 to 60 range, so I'm always in that comfort zone. And while we're talking about that, right now we are currently at 53% humidity, and we are at 61.9 degrees with the door open and the diesel heater on full blast. So it's been probably, what time is it? Been probably on about 15-20 minutes total. So, and we are already about 16 to 18 degrees warmer. All right, and another thing that I always switch out would be right up here. I have my heaters. These are just a couple of little space heaters that I can use. They're low wattage, and these I always grab just to plug in right over here. And those are just for a comfort thing at night when I'm cold. You know, if I wake up in the morning and I'm freezing and I don't want to push this little button right here, that's my diesel heater. But really what it is if I don't have the 10 to 15 minutes to warm it up with the diesel heater, then I'll just click on one of those little space heaters while I warm up in my cocoon. I put on my pants and my hoodie, because I usually keep that right over here next to me along the side of the bed, so I don't have to get up, get out of bed, then put on my clothes. I'll actually lay right in my cocoon, throw on my sweatpants, throw on my hoodie, get out of bed, and then kind of warm up from there. So those are a few things that I've been prepping for wintertime. Just wanted to go over them with you. I hope you like these kind of videos. I have a lot more to go over. This is a 1.5 years in miles now. I'm absolutely loving the lifestyle, the simplicity, and just learning how to deal with things head on and take care of them when they happen. And it's actually a very fun and rewarding lifestyle, and simple. Thanks for watching, everyone. If you like these kind of videos, do me a huge favor and smash that subscribe button. Keep on coming back for more, and I will see you next week. Bye, everyone. Hey, that was not good.